Yo, we back again. You know we never slacking off. Judah Ben, yo. Ladies and gents, get prepared for another greater event. If you never linked, then make an attempt. On Fridays, there's really no other way to be spent. Tune in, hit the link, and leave likes and comments. Welcome to TD Sports Talk. Here we bring sports and entertainment weekly. They break it down deeply. Come peep me as I spit, leave most confused. Pay attention while I introduce the host and crew. Starting off, we got Tommy the host. He plugged in, his predictions transparent like a ghost. Yo, I think that he been doing this the most. He first joined in March 2013. His resume was first seen. Then we got the co-host, Mr. Socrates. His analogy surgical like a doctor squeeze. The live show was nasty like a dirty beer. Tommy and Sock, they've been friends for over 30 years. Peep me, we got the final host D-Free from out of DC. You need to wake up, you sleepy. If you checking out the live and you feel the vibes, like the video, subscribe, get notified. Take a picture cause this moment should be polarized. Tommy's legacy and resume is notarized. Whether it's Friday or Saturday, he going live. Click the bell and I promise you'll get notified. Yeah. Welcome to TD Sports Talk. Friday and Saturday. Tune in. They're going live late. Word them up. Shout out to Tommy, Socrates, D-Free. Word them up, word them up. Judah Ben. Yo. Tell a friend to tell a friend, son.
Champion of the world. Shout out to TD Sports. TD Sports. Let's go, chat.
Gotcha. TD Sports Talk in the house. Let's go.
Shout out to TD Sports, man. B. Norman Jr., man. See you taking the pictures out there and with that New York doing big things, man. Keep doing your thing.
We are back, baby. We are fucking back. We are back. Classic. We are back. We are back.
Yo, what is good? What is good? Hope everybody's doing well today on this Friday evening. And we got a lot to talk about today. And yeah, man, we're going to get to it in a minute. I got my two co-hosts here with me today. My usual co-host, as usual, my man D-Free is in the building. And then I got my man Dub Right Side joining us as well. A lot to talk about, you saw the little headline here. We're going to talk about this tweet that Tank made. Well, he didn't make it. He was replying to a tweet. We'll talk about that in a second. But the big news, obviously, is Tank Davis, Jake Paul. That fight got made. I mean, there's other boxing news, there's other sporting news, but that seems to be the major topic. But today we're going to go a little bit different. We're going to talk about the sport of boxing, and we're going to talk about some of you content creators who seem to get out their lane, to seem to be out of character. When you're making content, I believe, at least when I do the content, and I believe D-Free does this, I believe Dub does this, I believe we try to do our best to tell the truth. Yeah, we give our opinions, yeah, we make our predictions, but we try not to lie, for the viewers, for the fans, for the supporters of the channels, right? For our, independent channels, and for us as a Sports Talk Network. We try to do that as best we can. I mean, if I got caught lying, I wish somebody would point it out. But I think we need to point out the people that do lie. I'm not going to say names or anything like that, but I want to point out some things that are well-known, said well in this YouTube universe, this YouTube neighborhood, and even TikTok and Twitter. It's just gotten really out of hand, really crazy. Sources, right? So I got my source tells me this, my source tells me that. Maybe your source is bad, maybe you got a bad source. Maybe the source is wrong. Maybe your source is lying to you, or maybe you really don't have any sources. So we're going to talk about all of that. Before I introduce my two co-hosts, I already said their names and let them just brief introduction. Let me just salute everybody in the chat real quick that came through to show love. My man DP Rocker in the building. BVO is my man BVO is in the building as well. Who else is in here? Let's go. My man Crush the Legend. Salute. Crush the Legend is in here. Dub saluting as well as he's in the panel as well. Marky Dan, salute. Give me 1 second. Having a little problem with this feed. I just want to make sure I mention everybody. Prize Fighter is up in here. Champ Ross is up in the building. Salute to you. Dank Father's in the building. Salute. BFTB in the building. Salute BFTB, man. Salute. Who's this right here? Angie Baby. Salute. You know, people coming in on D Freeze channel and Dub Rice. I appreciate you guys. And let me just keep going. Shelton Moore, the greatest hater of all time, Shelton Moore. But I love you, Shelton Moore. But I just gotta say that, man. You're the most consistent and greatest hater I've ever seen. Shelton Moore, salute. My man CJ Rich is up in the building. Salute. Who else is up in here? If I missed you, I'm sorry, but I'll catch you. I'll catch you on the rebound. But first things first, let's go to my man D Free, my main host. We're back Friday nights. I haven't been live in a minute on Friday night. Been busy with life things, doing little interviews here and there. We'll be back next week again. We'll start our football talks. We'll do our spreads. We'll do our picks. I'm excited for that. My man D Free has been holding it down with Dub on his channel, doing his sports review, NFL reviews. I think they've been great. Very, very if you want to use the word educational, but very informative as well, as far as the preseason has been concerned, and as far as like what they expect in this upcoming season. So D Free, what's good with you? How's everything going?
Man, everything is good, man. I'm glad we back. We are back. We are back. But it's a lot going down in the NFL, and there's a lot going down in this daggone boxing industry. I mean, I guess Tank Davis, he did what he set out to do and set the internet on fire a couple of days ago, and we haven't stopped talking about it yet. And we're gonna talk about it a little bit more tonight. And so I'm gonna go ahead and pass it to my man Dub right side. What's good, Dub?
Mr. Out of order of himself.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, yeah. You're not out of order just yet, but you are Mr. Out of Order.
I'm gonna be out. Well, first off, shout out to Out of Order Promotions. If y'all don't know, if you want to debate, hey, come to Out of Order Promotions, man. We got a great thing going over there with BF, man. Shout out to my brother BF. Man, it's been a crazy week. We got people crashing out in some of the most ridiculous ways I've ever seen. I can't wait for this conversation right here, man. But hey, it's been good. Shout out to my brother Free as well, TD. And like Free said, man, we had a great show yesterday as far as the NFL went. And we're going to keep that going. So, man, it's going to get very interesting, man. It's going to, Crash Out Promotions is all the way in order, right? Man, I'm watching these folks crash all the way out. This is crazy.
It is crazy. And you know what, man? I like to be known as not only one of the most solid individuals here on YouTube because, I've been solid with a lot of people in here. I've met a bunch of people here in real life. I don't think anybody can say a bad thing about me except maybe I'm a Seahawks fan and maybe because I'm a Yankees fan. I mean, other than that, I've been solid and I try to be honest and keep it 1,000 with you guys. And listen, when I do this is mostly for fun. This is a hobby. I'm not here to brag about life and things, but my life is good, man. And I do this for fun. This is like an extra curriculum activity for me. You know what I'm saying? And I have fun with it. I have opportunities to meet, great people. I met D Free in real life as well. He's my host. He took over from my boy Sock, who I've known for over 35 years. My best friend. And Sock is, of course, is part of the show. Sock is the one that gets me my guest, by the way, guys. And I think I told you this before. A lot of the interviews that we get, with fighters, with promoters, with managers, coaches, and and stuff like that. It's because of Socrates. So I just break his balls a little bit, especially since the Yankees lost to his Red Sox today. So fuck Sock. But listen, life is good. I'm happy with what life is, and I'm not a hater. I try to be a nice guy, and I'm not completely mad at Tank. for what he did, and I'll get into it a little bit. But it's really the fans that really just be out of order. And we made a live like this already before months ago about the Tank fans. But I want to focus more on the content creators that been not necessarily bringing over these narratives, but bringing over these fake news of this is going to happen next. I guarantee you. Oh, my source told me this, and my source. That's what I really want to speak about, because I think they're doing an injustice, and especially for those channels that are monetized and and lying to their fans and getting super chats, cash apps, and all of that. I think you're doing your fans a disorder, and I think those that contributed, they should feel a type of way. Say just like I feel a type of way with you guys doing that, because it's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna go out here and say, this is going to happen. Trust me. I guarantee, I guarantee if somebody told me this, I'm not going to do that unless I know it's to be true. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody did me dirty and told me something and it didn't come through, I got to have a, conversation with that dude and be like, yo, you told me this, you know what I'm saying? It didn't happen. What happened? Tell me, So I think that's the focus that I have here today, and more of, why I titled it like the Tommy D rant, because it's going to sound like I'm ranting, and very well may be a rant, but I think it's justified. And to me, it's educational to you guys, for you to be on the lookout of what's right, what's wrong. We all, most of us are parents here. You got to teach your kids what to look out for, what not to. I used to be heavy in the card games. I'm not anymore. I used to play poker. I used to run a game and stuff, and I had OGs tell me, yo, look out for this, look out for that. You know what I'm saying? And not that it's a fair comparison, but at the end of the day, look out for what people are telling you, and don't treat it as like gold, or treat it as like 1,000% factual. You know what I'm saying? Don't fall for the traps. You know what I'm saying? And because you're gonna feel stupid. You're gonna feel let down. And you know who got left down? And shout out to the people in the chat. I'm gonna highlight you in a minute. But you know who got let down? This one fan right here. As Javante does his usual flip, he goes, look at this. Love you, Tank, but we got to see that rematch of Roach too. And this is in regards to him, announcing, with the announcement of him fighting Jake Paul. And what's the comment? What's the comment that Javante says? He says, "Shut the F up and be a fan." That's crazy. You're gonna talk to your fans like that? Somebody that supports you and only wants the best for you? That's crazy. And for all you content creators that been riding with this guy and saying this and saying, he's the best thing since sliced bread and yada yada yada, you know what I'm saying? You should feel a type of way too, because he don't care about you. And most of these fighters, they don't care about their fans either. You got fighters that do care and do, and do reach out and converse with the public and converse with the fans, spend some time with them, et cetera, et cetera. But this is unacceptable. And I'm just going to stop right there and let you guys cook on just this tweet alone, and to kind of feed off of what I've been saying and what's your opinion. But to me, I think this is very unacceptable.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. This is part of Tank Davis not taking responsibility for his actions. He felt like he don't have to explain anything to his fans, when, like you said, his fans is the reason why he's where he's at. Because without the fans, you wouldn't be the superstar. You wouldn't be one of the highest paid fighters in the sport of boxing without the fans. So at some point, the fans need an explanation too, because they look at you as a certain level of fighter, and I mean, it's not something that is you have to do, but it's something that the fans want. They want an explanation, because they expected you to go back into this rematch and prove that Lamont Roach just had a great night that night, but it was a bad night for you. But at some point, you gotta prove your fans right. You can't have your fans over here fighting your battles and you sitting here behind their back, and you're actually with their enemy. You're actually proving them wrong. So if Thomas was sitting over here saying, "Nah, my man D Free is a solid dude. He always stands up. He's going to do what he say he do," and I turn around and I do the exact opposite, Thomas is going to look at me like, "Dad, no, I was sitting there having your back, and now all of a sudden you You just shitted on me. So nah, you gotta at some point you gotta stand up for your fans. Your fans standing up for you. At some point you gotta stand up for your fans.
Absolutely.
I agree 100%. And the crazy thing is, when I read this man comment, it said, "I love you." First off, I love you, bro. I love you. That's the first thing you say. And then he don't say he ain't even criticizing the Jake Paul fight at all. He just said, "But we gotta see that rematch with Roach too." He said, "Hey, okay, if that's what you're gonna do it. But we still want to see you get back in the ring and fight Lamont Roach." And for the brother to say, "Shut the F up," and be a fan. Well, how I'm gonna be a fan of somebody telling me to shut the up? You don't get why would I be a fan of yours? You don't care about my opinion, which is fine, and that's okay. You don't gotta care about my opinion. But at the same time, for you to come out, for me to be already supporting you, for you, like Free said, for you to get to the level that you got into a pay-per-view star. The reason you're a pay-per-view star is because your fans are the ones backing you up. And paying for these fights that you have on pay-per-view. And so now all of a sudden it's F you. That's saying F all the fans. That ain't saying one, that's saying all of them. Don't tell me what to do, just be a fan of mine. Well, I'm only a fan of a person that I support what they doing. And so, I mean, it's disgraceful. It shows, like I think Free said, it shows a lack of accountability. And it really showed the mindset of a fighter who, man, I don't give a damn about y'all. Hey, y'all gonna buy it anyway. So forget what y'all talking about, man. Just be a fan, bro. Man, stop it, man. That's something I ain't never seen. I don't know about. Have y'all ever seen a fighter talk to their fans like that? I don't know if I have.
I think I've seen it before with other fighters. I think I've seen it with him before, talking back at fans and commenting on tweets. But let me guess. Gervonta Tank Davis didn't write this tweet. Let me guess. Somebody else controls his account. Let me guess. He's very sorry for tweeting this. Let me guess. He didn't mean it. This is crazy, bro. This is freaking crazy. And the comments I just made, is a good percentage. Maybe some of it may be true. But these are the comments that these YouTube content creators that were vouching and putting this guy Tank on some sort of pedestal were saying. They would say things like that. Oh, somebody else is managing his account. Oh, it's not him. Oh, he doesn't really mean it. I mean, this is clown activity, bro. This is crazy. D Free. I don't know about anybody else at STN Network, but I know D Free says it a lot. He is not a fan of any particular boxer. He's a fan of the sport of boxing. I think he says it more than anybody that I know him said it. D Free, am I right or wrong on that? Because that's what I know of you.
You're 100% right. I do not have a favorite fighter. I like all fighters in their own particular way. I have no favorite fighter in the sport of boxing.
You see, and I know others may have said that as well, but I hear D Free say it almost every single time. Me, I'm almost the same, but I feel sensitive to some fighters that I've had contact with, or if I had an interview with, or if I had some sort of conversation with. So I'll give you one for example, and we did this. Keyshawn Davis. Let me tell you, I think he's one of the, he talks a lot, right? But I think he's one of the humblest dudes, in my opinion, that I've met, off of conversations I had with him in person. Now, maybe others may not see that because they may see the shenanigans of what you did. You know the expression, you're only as good as your last win? Well, you're only as good or bad as your last interaction or your last altercation. You know what I'm saying? So that's what people are going to look at and what they're going to remember the most. And you know what? I don't blame you. But I still went on here. We did a live about it, and I held them accountable. You know what I'm saying? Do I hate the man? No. And the same goes for Tank Davis. Listen, you want to go and get your money? I guess the counter suit or the counter argument is going to be, hey, if you got offered this money, you would take it too. If your favorite fighter would have got this money, I'm sure he would have taken it too. And you know what? That very well may be true. But I'm not here talking about the decisions this man made. We did that live a couple of days ago. All right. I'm talking about what the content creators on here and the supporters have done. The guys that supposedly reporting the news or the boxing news to us and have failed us. Guys like Ellie Setback, that's going to be the only guy I mention. The guy like Eddie Setback, who's been doing it for years and somewhat boxing media, but is supposed to be neutral and unbiased, but is very, very biased. Guys like him is what's bad for boxing in the sport. You know, back in the day, we used to have boxing media. You used to have guys writing articles in the back of the New York Times, the Daily News, you know, the New York Post, you know, and I'm speaking on New York, but the San Francisco Chronicle, you know, the Boston Globe. I know I'm forgetting a few, but back in the day, that's what it was. You had real media covering the sport and somewhat telling the truth, because media, they do spin stuff, and you know, but at the end of the day, in most cases they were reporting what was actually happening. You don't have that anymore. Most of the media, and I've seen it because I've been in media. I've been in media here in New York, the events. They're mostly YouTubers. They're mostly off these boxing websites, which I guess is the new media now. And there's no knock on any of them because I've met a lot of these dudes and they do great work. But the majority of them don't spin narratives. They're there to get in your face, ask you questions, maybe take a picture or two, and that's it. But the guys that we look to on these YouTube channels, and let me tell you, there's a lot of YouTube channels out there that cover boxing and sports that are great, and they're great speakers, and they're great at what they do. Great at what they do. Way better than me. Like I said, I'm not no trained journalist, you know, and I didn't go to school for this. This is just strictly fun. Way better. They could have a conversation, and they could explain to you their thinking, you know, their mindset. And I think they're excellent. There's a lot of them. I'm not going to mention names because I don't want to put nobody over, and I don't want to put nobody back. At the end, nobody puts me over, so why I'm going to put them over? I'll put over D Free and Dub Rightside because they're here speaking now. But those that I rock with, they know that I rock with. They know who I'm talking about, and I think they do great. And you know, I follow them. I'm members of the channels and stuff like that. But then you have some that just are unbelievable. Unbelievable, bro. I saw a little back and forth tweet the other day saying that the Roach rematch is going to get announced soon. Trust me, I guarantee it. And then somebody tweeted back to the person saying, no, I really don't think it's going to happen. And then the person that said that got all mad. He said, how much you want to bet? What you want to bet? Like really aggressively. And I think the other guy didn't respond. He should have took that bet. That's all I'm saying. He should have took that bet. But it's out of line, man. And you know, this is just one fighter we're talking about. This is not. It's been other fighters that YouTube channels have done, you know, this before and lied for before, and it's crazy. And I think they should be held accountable for what they do. You know, I know some of them may have, you know, stop messing with Tank and they criticize him and they're doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna salute Tank because you know what? He took the bag, right? And he's getting paid and they fight for the money. You know what? That's all great. But at the end of the day, as a boxing fan, I don't like this. I think this is bad for the sport. You basically make Jake Paul, you know, the face of boxing by doing this because guess what? It's his show. So Tank is the B-side. Tank has done a lot in his career to get a big fan base. I think that matters. I think that means a lot, right? Because he can sell out a venue. So I think that does mean a lot, and I think that, you know, that deserves some sort of praise. But as far as Hall of Fame, he's got no Hall of Fame resume. And I know lately they've been putting guys in the Hall of Fame because they're selling tickets. I'm not gonna. I've had this debate and argument before over some fighters that got in because of that. So maybe he will get in because of that. But as far as the fights that we want to see, as far as the matchups, he hasn't given it to us, bro. And I just think it's very sad. And I really truly feel, and this is a prediction. This ain't a spoiler. This ain't a guarantee, but it's a prediction. I believe after this, Tank Davis is going to retire. So I think any hope of Tank fighting, you know, any of his contemporaries or any of the, you know, the Shakur Stevensons, the Devin Haney's, I truly believe in my heart he's going to retire at this fight, after this fight. So after this circus event or sideshow event, I think this is the last you're going to see of Tank Davis. That's my prediction. Go ahead, guys. Did I lose you?
No, I'm right here.
Yeah.
I was waiting for free. My bad. I was waiting for free.
Yeah, no, I agree with everything you said. The thing is, I'm not mad at Tank, and I told y'all this the other day. I'm not mad at Tank because he told us this is what he's doing. He's fighting for the bag. I'm more so mad at the fans that was saying, "Oh, Tank want to do this and Tank want to do that," and they're now excusing what he's doing. I'm not mad at Tank at all because this is what he told us. And I told y'all, I don't expect nothing from these fighters. I told y'all that at the beginning of the year. They said, what do you expect from these fighters? Absolutely nothing. Whatever they give us is what they give us. We can criticize it if it's something that we don't like, or we can praise it if it's something that we agree with. But when it comes to Tank Davis, this is what he told us that he was doing. He said, I'm fighting for the bag. He didn't say he was out here trying to get a legacy fight. He didn't say he was out here trying to get the belt.
Oh, you just got put on mute for some reason.
No, that was me. That was me. I was talking to
Okay.
somebody. But yeah, he didn't say he was trying to do all that. It was the fans that was saying this is what he was going to do. So when he didn't do that, now the fans is excusing what he's doing. No, you can't excuse it. You got to call him out for it. Or you got to at least say you was wrong. I mean, if you're not going to call him out, you got to say, okay, I was wrong. I thought he was going to do that. I only seen one person that is a huge Tank Davis fans, and I'm not going to say his name. We all know who he is. And he said, "Man, I can't take up for this. I can't take up for this."
But let me pause you. Let me pause you.
Criticize
And I'm gonna pause you 1 second. I'm sorry to interrupt. But what I will say this. Well, I will say this. And I know who you're speaking of. At least I think so. But if it's the person I think it is, that is true. You're 1,000% right. But if it's the same person, that's another one that has so-called sources saying that the fight is going to happen with Roach, and this is going to happen on such a guarantees and all sorts of things because they got a source and something about announcement was going to come out, and he got it wrong. So at the same time, yeah, if it's the same person, but he's got to be held accountable for that shit too because he's lying to his fan base.
No, I gotta pause you again because he called out those sources. He did a video and he called out those sources. He said no disrespect. Either you was lying to me or they was lying to you, or you don't know what's going on. So no, he called them out. He did a video. He called them out. I know.
Okay, I mean that's fair. That's fair. But you got to be careful.
Yeah.
You got to be careful with these sources and stuff like that. You know, I think I dropped 2 breaking news this whole year, and one, my source was somebody, and I think I said his name. I'm not gonna say his name now, but I said it when I dropped the source because I knew somebody who's a manager, and he told me, you know, and I'll end it at that. And I forgot the other one, but you got to be careful when you do that, and that's what this live is all about. You got to be careful when you do that because you're the one to me made look the fool, and then all of a sudden you're gonna go and yell at your sponsors and say, yo, they were wrong for that. You know, it to me it looks funny. You know what I'm saying? So. That's all I'm saying.
But the thing is,
I agree. Hey, can I get in on this?
Yeah, hold on real quick. The thing is though, just because you talk to people, and I talk to a lot of folks respectfully, but y'all ain't never gonna hear me say anything. And if I do say it, I'm gonna name my source. The only source that I trust is well, I don't want to call no names on your show, so but I only got one person that I really trust as far as that whole source thing goes. Because the man has been continuously right as long as I've been dealing with him. You know what I'm saying? And so I do agree that you gotta vet your sources, those type of things. But if they start to give information and that information starts to come true to some degree at least, then you're gonna feel like they're somewhat reliable. And if I find out, you know what I'm saying, and that's why I always tell myself, I'm like, hey, look, I'm gonna tell everybody who gave it to me. You know what I'm saying? They probably gonna hit you up right after I say it. And even when it was what was it, the Lima fight with Boots, he was the first person. He came a week and a half before that fight was announced or anything. He said this who was gonna be right here, and it came to fruition. And I told him, hey, right when I said, man, this what the brother telling me, and he a very reliable source. You know what I'm saying? I think at some point in time, these quote unquote sources, and I know a lot of sources they don't want you to get their information, but at the same time, you can't just sit here and tell folks stuff and then it get reported on, and next thing you know, none of it come to fruition, and now you hiding behind the sources say you hiding behind. Nah, man, nah, we gonna. Hey, if you're gonna tell me this.
Yeah, you know what? I agree. And before be able to come on, you know what? That's very fair, and that's a very fair argument. And to be fair, with the one individual that I think we're referring to, like I said, not say names, he does speak. You know, I know he's a big Tank supporter, but he does talk about other fights. He does prediction on other fights, and he does know boxing. So you know what I'm saying. So it may
Are y'all
not be
talking about
necessarily
Scotty
towards
Too
him.
Hotty?
I'm not. No, I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I don't even know who that is, but he does talk about other fighters as well.
Don't come over here ruin the show, man, with the nonsense, man.
Please,
Come
por
on, you got to be in
favor,
order, man.
please.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think he does other boxing talk, but there's content creators that strictly just talk about Tank their entire lives, and they'll argue with you, you know. And if you say something wrong, it's like you blasphemed something. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something. He's a
You're gonna have a
blasphemer or
lot of
something
people
like that.
angry with
So
you though, man, when you say it. You're gonna have a lot
it's
of people
fine. They
angry
can
with
be
you.
mad at me all they want, but I'm not telling any lies. So, and that's why I'm not saying no names or anything.
I just say this, man. I'll just say this. When it come to boxing, one thing I'm finding out as I venture into this content creator space, that people take a lot of what people say very, very serious. One thing I've learned just from the little bit of just a few people I talk to on a regular basis, man, this boxing stuff is so volatile. Like I knew about a fight they was gonna have, and then the fight fell apart because the guy had a dirty drug test. I mean, and they didn't want, and they don't always release. And I'm not talking about for PEDs. I'm talking about for a recreational drug that was pretty serious. The thing I'm finding out, no matter how you slice it, man, you never know what's going to happen until it happens. This Tank Davis fight really didn't come out of nowhere because everything Jake Paul is not cunning enough to kind of like fool you. He kind of made it clear if he couldn't get Canelo, he was going to get Tank. So I mean, for those, I give people credit who bought it up and say, "Hey, this is a terrible fight for Tank." But no matter what, Tank got the crown on his head, and we got to accept that. And when you wear the crown, you're going to be talked about. We talked about Floyd ad nauseum. We talked about Deontay Wilder ad nauseum. Whoever wears the crown is the king, and you're going to talk about that person, wrong, right, or indifferent. So that's the thing I would try to say. Like, it's just how it goes. And I think what now is you got boxing fans who are not fans of the sport, they're fans of people. But that's kind of across the diaspora, man. That's all you see now. People don't have like a favorite team. Oh, I'm a LeBron fan. Oh, I'm a Kobe Bryant fan. Kobe ain't played in 10 years. You got niggas some be a Kobe fan. Because I remember being in middle school and everybody roasted me. You like Kobe? He made Shaq leave. Now, for those who don't remember, Kobe made Shaq leave. And if you were a Lakers fan like I was in 2000, 2001, you couldn't believe that he would mess up having Shaquille O'Neal there. So it's tough, man. No matter how we do it, we got to try to really be responsible on what we report. And if you guys notice, that's why I don't report as much stuff anymore. And I know people in boxing because you never really ever got a true answer until it happens. But that's
Yeah,
how I feel.
you know, I hear what you're saying, and I think there's some truth in what you're saying, and you know, and I'm not totally disagreeing with you, but what I'm saying is that when you're a content creator, and like somebody in the chat is saying, you know, that you're responsible for falling for it, and you know what, TXG, Texas G, you're 1,000% right, but you know, I just think that we should hold them somewhat accountable and call it out, because if you're a boxing channel, maybe not a Tank Davis channel, meaning your channel's not named after Tank Davis. Your channel's named out of something boxing, and you're somewhat of what we call the boxing media today, because social media is the boxing media of today. Like I was saying early on, like 20 minutes ago, there's really no boxing media like it used to be. There's no journalists out there. Social media is what it's at. A lot of content creators are in the media right now at the events getting, you know, credentials. That's what it is. I've seen it personally, so I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I think they should be held somewhat accountable for giving false news or somewhat false hope. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just gonna say it's wrong to do that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to big up your guy, I think then do whatever you want to do. And at the end of the day, it is content. You know, if you want to be a troll and people want to be trolls, then that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? You be consistent in being a troll. But if you're a boxing channel, Stick to boxing and report it for what it is. Don't just suit up just one guy. You know what I'm saying? Even if he is somewhat the face or, you know, close to it or one of the faces. You know what I'm saying? But these content creators, bro, like even like let's be real. If this basically proved everything that I was saying in the middle of March to be true. They were saying, you know, if Tank would have won that fight, right? If that wasn't a draw, there wouldn't be no Jake Paul versus Jesus Chavez Jr. It would have been Jake Paul and Tank. That's what we're saying. And everybody said no, he would never fight him. Oh, the weight. He's a little guy, he's a weight. But he said it himself at the press conference. He just didn't drop a name. And that's what I was saying. The next month in March, I was here at the Garden when they were promoting the Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor fight, and Jake Paul was there. They asked him, they said, what do you have next? And he said it. He said, the Tank Davis fight fell through and the Canelo fight fell through. So now I got to look to somebody else, but I'm not going to announce it because you saw what happened. I'll announce it in a couple of weeks. That was another one. And I posted it on my channel as well. And we spoke about it. He therefore admitted it. And then people again, Jake Paul is lying. This is not true. I know for a fact it's not true. It's a lie. He would never do it. Where are these people at now? And what are they saying now?
It's the funny thing is this, T. I think the hardest thing is, give you an example. There's no guy I know that's out here more around fights or talking. Two guys, my man TD and my man Clarence. These dudes are out there on the front lines. Everybody know him. The ushers know him. The people on the back, they all know him. I mean, Tommy walking around like a little Puerto Rican pool bar, man. Everybody let him go where he want to go. He can sit where he want to sit, talk to who he want to talk to. I mean, it's hard to understand that why people don't support the people who actually go to the fights, but y'all support a dude who's sitting in his living room with his drawers on. Y'all support him, but y'all won't support someone who actually at the fight talking to the fighters. Like I told my brother Dub, I said, you know what? Because I feel like, and I got to give Dub his props on this. I feel like there's not many people better than Dub and Scholar on the late night. There's not many people on YouTube that can run a show late night like they can. BVO's an evening guy. I'm not no late night nigga. I'm be asleep. But the thing I liked about it was that when we got more access, and me and Dub and Tommy and Free, everybody came together, we're talking to the fighters. It feels good when people want to ask you stupid questions. Guess what? Ask Stitch Duran himself. Ask, I think we did a horrible job with him, but Schofield's Floyd, what's his name? Kid Austin's dad.
Yeah.
Schofield Sr.
Yeah, Schofield Sr. I like the fact that we got the access to actually ask these people, because you know what happens a lot of times, I think Dub and Tommy and Free, is that people get into these little chambers of echoes where they only hear stuff they want to hear. And then when they hear something out of it, you a hater, you a lame, you disrespected. I heard a guy tell me I was disrespecting Tank because I said I want to see Tank fight Devin Haney. How was that disrespectful?
I don't know.
That's
how
the kind of world we live in. That's the kind of world we live in. Or if you say, hey, Devin Haney ain't break no Jose Ramirez's ribs, I got to talk to his coach. That never happened. But you have people say stuff like, oh, Devin Haney, he didn't run. He broke Jose Ramirez's ribs. Get the F out of here. He ain't break nobody's ribs. Stop. But that's what happens when you build relationships. And I'll be honest with you. Dub is the one that got me better at that. Sometimes you protect the relationship too much. I had Coach Ivan on. I'm up here trying to let him go. Dub, like, man, let him have some fun. And he kept telling me, hey, I want to have some fun. I want to talk. But see, I wasn't listening to him. I was thinking about protecting the relationship. And Dub said, man, let him rock. He don't get to do this. And he told us, I don't get to do this. Sometimes what happens, we're not even listening to what people are saying. Tank told us months ago that's what it was going to be. And he's not going to fight Lamont Rose. That's a news flash. He's not.
And
if he gets it,
go ahead. I was gonna say that's the other thing though is once again, like you said, you got to listen to, because Uncle Shelton, he and I understood it, but I had to go back and listen to all of Tank's interviews, right? And Uncle Shelton was like, he told you what he gonna do. Like, and when BVO bring up echo chambers, a lot of times you start listening to different channels and those type of things, and I'm sitting here, I'm hoping. Here, first off, we never asked for the Lamont Roach fight, but I'm hoping that he go back and get that smoke right there. I'm hoping for it, and then after that, I'm looking. But then I went back and just listened to what he said. He told us, man, when they asked if the rematch was gonna be next, what he said? I don't know. Probably not.
He said probably not. He said he's gonna fight somebody else, and then he said it was somebody that was in his locker room.
I had somebody to call out. I don't know. I ain't finna do it now. When they asked him about Jake Paul, what he said? Next question.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then if you go look in December before that, he sat there on camera and said, "This my call out. Jake Paul, what's up? This my call out." That's what he said. And so when you go listen to what they say, instead of us, I think, man, as boxing fans, one of the things that we want so much, we want to see the best fighters in there with each other. You know what I'm saying? I'd have been very critical of Jake Paul as far as the fighter that he is. I don't think he's a professional fighter, me personally. But at the same time, I give him credit for his business practices and the thing. He got a card going on right now, I believe, on DAZN and MVP Promotions. And then what he done did for the women fighters. I give him credit for that. But at the same time, bro, you ain't no real boxer, bro. Like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You fought a 78-year-old Mike Tyson. Ain't nobody want to see that. But
you know what Jake Paul said? You know what Jake Paul said, just to piggyback off what you said? He said he never wanted to box. He just uses that to keep us in the black. He said, sometimes I spend so much money on these fights, I have to fight to keep us in the black. And when he said that, it made so much sense because people don't notice he was just on the Business Journal talking about how they said, Jake, why are you fighting? He said, well, when I fight, we can get a certain amount of money. So I got to. People don't realize the only reason these women fights are anything is because Jake Paul. That's it. Jake Paul getting his ass kicked, that's the only reason why they're even watching the fights. Yeah. And that's why you see him fighting, because he got to keep him in the black.
Well, and he's putting up a lot of his own money at the end of the day. I mean, it's his promotions. He's co-promoter or a co-owner with somebody else. I forget his name. But one thing I do like that Jake Paul's doing, it's not necessarily, putting up the fights, he's fighting on cards, whatever, but I like the women that what he's doing for the women. It's not just the fight itself, the exposure that these women are getting that they never got before. I think that's pretty cool, and of course they're getting paid as well, more than they probably ever would have gotten paid. So I think that's a great thing. And I think him being an advocate for women's boxing, I think that's what he should really be known for. You know what I'm saying? But fighting, it's become a circus. He's fighting guys, who are MMA fighters, and he's fighting boxers that have been over the hill, and now he's fighting a fighter that's 70 pounds lighter than he is. So I mean, it's a sideshow, it's a circus event, it's a WWE type event. And some people like that, and he's got a fan base that love it, and you know what, if you want to do it for the money, go ahead. But Tank Davis, him getting at that fan, like we showed you the tweet earlier, is wrong, because listen, there's storylines in place, wrestling storylines, okay, like they have in WWE, in place in boxing for him. I mean, everybody wants to see him fight Devin Haney. Whether you like Devin Haney or not, you want to see the fight. Why? They have history. They got that sparring session that happened before. They both were in, the Mayweather gym out there. You know what I'm saying? There's a story there that we don't have a final chapter. The final chapter is now going to be what happened in that sparring. And there's a debate of who got the best of who in that. But nobody should really care about that. We should want to see them in the ring now. There's a story there. There is the storyline with him and Shakur. Shakur is one of the baddest men, at 135. Tank Davis has never been, I don't believe he's ever been a unified champion, especially at 135. Why not strive for greatness and be a unified champion? Fight a top pound for pound guy. You know what I'm saying? That's a storyline within itself. But no, you want to go and do the scripted storyline, because listen, I don't want to go out here and say it's all scripted, but it does look scripted most of the time when we see his fights. So whether or not it is or not, to me, it looks scripted.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, and I want to ask Dub. I want to go to Dub and Tommy to ask this question. It's what always happens is sometimes the wrong guy was chosen. Devin Haney, say what you want, man. And I'll be honest, BVO used to always laugh at Devin Haney because I feel like he wasn't as good as they said. But the dude keep taking these super tough fights. You realize if Devin Haney beats Brian Norman, he beat the hardest guy. I would say maybe Rolly, but he'll beat the hardest guy at 147 and become a 3-division champion. I think what Devin Haney is doing is sensational. What you see, the lack of what you're seeing with Tank, it makes me celebrate Devin Haney even more because Tank Davis reminds me of Tracy McGrady. He does great things, but he don't win. I feel like Devin Haney's like a Kobe Bryant. He's winning. Bro, you realize he went in there and beat the dog crap out of Richards Prograde and became a 2-time champion?
Yep.
And then he about to go up there and fight a dude who beating people dead. Dude told me he can't remember the last 6 weeks. Come on, man. We got to get a kid, Devin Haney. No matter how corny, it's the people around Devin Haney that's corny.
But
because he's fighting, bro. He fighting.
But the thing is one of the reasons I've always rocked with Dev, and I've said this many a times. First off, I think the man is a hell of a boss. I think he's very skillful. But at the same time, I love his mentality. The man moved like he want all the smoke. You know what I'm saying? It ain't you ain't seen the man outside and even with Kambosos. Why he fought Kambosos? Because he told you he wanted to be undisputed. He does what he says. You know what I'm saying? He move like that. And so that's one of the reasons I have always supported this man is because the way he moves and the mentality he moves with. Whereas on the opposite side with Tank Davis, Tank been telling us he don't give a damn. Some type of way in the Tank Davis era is when the belt started not to mean nothing. That's when this whole conversation really started about belts meaning anything. Was when Tank said, "I'll fight Kambosos, but I ain't gonna fight him for the belts." But for some reason, you holding on to the WBA belt. What you holding on to it for then? You need to go on and drop it and let real fighters. I'm trying to control. Let them get that belt. If it don't mean nothing to you, you above the belts. Then what you need to hold on to it for? But you're still holding on to it right now, right? Every time
you guys realize
hold on, let me finish. Every time you walk out with a belt around, you walk out with somebody holding up one of your belts, don't you? Absolutely, you do. And so all this is the fool's gold that we've been sold. And this fool's gold is what's destroying the sport. I made this comment on another show, and I told him, I said, it's fights like this that destroy the sport, right? And the first thing they said, so you telling me one person can destroy the sport of boxing? Well, I didn't say that. What I said is it's fights like this that help destroy the sport. That's what I said. And so we can be critical of these fighters, but at the same time, I mean, if you get in there and you giving us the matchups that the people want to see, that's going to help grow the sport, then we're going to give you credit, and it is what it is. But at the same time, when you get in here doing exhibitions at the peak of your career, we're going to criticize that. We're going to criticize it because the same fans that's rocking for Tank right now, they told us, and Tank never said this, but they said, hey, man, Devin too big for Tank. What? Hey, Devin, he fighting at 140, 147 now. But then Tank can go fight somebody who just weighed in at 227. That's what we doing?
It's crazy. It's funny that
you guys realize everybody's had a ring belt.
Hold on, let me get the money. Shout out to Killer Be Killed in the building, man. With the $20 in the super chat. Salute to you, brother. Much love and respect. I appreciate it. He said, Hennessy or the Hennessy on me. Much love, salute fam, much love. Hashtag Diddy. What the hell? I don't know what the hashtag about.
Hashtag Diddy.
I don't know what that was about.
That's Tommy's boy, Diddy.
Let me ask you a question. You drinking that Hennessy straight or you drinking it with Red Bull? Because I sometimes I drink it with Red Bull.
I ain't even drinking no damn Hennessy. I don't even like
damn, man. He gave you 20. He gave you 20 for Hennessy, man.
Well, hey, Next time I go to the liquor store, I'll pick up a bottle of Hennessy on my brother Caleb B. Kidd. Salute to him, man. Much love and respect for the super chat, my brother.
Salute, man.
Yeah, I want to
Because y'all
piggyback
know
up.
Dub like E&J, man. He like E&J. He don't like
E&J.
Now they lying on my name. Now they lying on my name.
Let me piggyback a little bit off what you said. You know, you was talking about Devin and how he strives for greatness and everything. And I think Devin should be one of the faces of boxing if he's not already, because of everything you mentioned. But who are the ones that hate on Devin? Who's the ones that shit on his career? Who's the one that say Devin ain't shit? They're mostly the Tank Davis fans. And there's no comparison as far as fighting their contemporaries and striving for greatness. There's absolutely none. The only difference is Tank can sell out a crowd, and he fills an arena. I think something like 9 straight fights in a row he sold on arena, something like that. That's the only difference.
Yeah.
But as far as boxing, as far as legacy fights, as fights that matter, there's no comparison to the mindset of Devin Haney. And Devin Haney is getting paid millions of dollars doing it as well. Maybe not as much as Tank, but you know what? As far as legacy is concerned, people are going to remember Devin Haney's name more than Tank Davis's name.
But TD, I remember a time when they told me the same channels that you're talking about. They said that when Turkey came in and offered him whatever he offered him, I don't know what the offer was, but they said that the offer was $20 million or more to fight a Devin Haney. I don't know what he was offered to fight Shakur. I don't know if he was ever offered anything to fight Shakur. But when Turkey offered that money, well, hold on, wait a minute. All money ain't good money. But when it's Jake Paul, a exhibition fight, that's good money. You can't. It don't make sense. If Tank
make sense.
If Tank were to fight, if he were to fight Devin Shakur, you know what I'm saying? Devin and Shakur, he would have made the same bag, and he would have still protected his legacy and built on his legacy.
Bro, if he, you got to realize this: Teofimo Lopez, Ring Magazine champion; Devin Haney, Ring Magazine champion; Shakur Sanchez, Ring Magazine champion. We can't say that about Tank, and even won the ultimate belt, the Ring Magazine. Like, that ought to tell you he's never been the top guy or fought the top guy in any division he's been in. They want to get Loma when Loma was half dead. Come on, bro. Stop it. I heard a guy, couple guys talking about, oh, you guys are goofy because you guys don't know about business. Shut up. Because guess what? Tank don't even support his own niggas. The guys that scream and want to pull his pickle, he don't got no love for y'all.
Jesus.
But I didn't seen the people Devin Haney mess with. We didn't see Wild Bill go on there talking crazy, showing love. So it's kind of show you what kind of guy Tank is. He don't even support his own niggas, man. It's crazy.
I just think it's bad, and I'm not trying to say that I'm better than anybody else, because I'm not. I like I said, life is good. I've had, certain privileges and opportunities to meet some of these fighters, to go to these events, and establish some sort of relationship. I'm not saying we're going to be best friends, but when they see me, they know who I am, and they say what's up, and that goes a long way. I'm a nobody, compared to these fighters, in the boxing business. In the boxing business, I'm just a lonely content creator and a lonely guy that speaks on the radio every Sundays. You know what I'm saying? I'm not nobody big, but when I go to these events and I meet these fighters, when I see a Shushu Bruce Carrington, he says, what's up? He knows who I am. Yo, it's good. When I remind him, remember, let's do another interview. The last time we had fun, he's like, wow, yeah, word. We had mad fun. That was, we laughed a lot. Like, he remembers that. That means a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, and BBO told you, so it's not like I'm lying. He was there. He came out here to New York and he saw, like, I sat where I wanted to sit, not necessarily sat where I wanted to sit, but I was able to go talk to some people. We was able to link up with Abdullah Mason. We got to talk. BBO, that's his guy from Cleveland. He got to go talk with Abdullah Mason. I thought that was a great thing for him. You know what I'm saying? To come from New York to see his guy from Cleveland, I thought that was cool. We saw Sabril Matias. I didn't understand the word he was saying because my Spanish is bad. But you know what? He took a picture. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, Tommy. How your Spanish bad?
I'm just a New Yorican, bro. I just never learned Spanish.
I'm
But
saying,
and you know what? Shushu's one of my guys, right? Keyshawn Davis, another one of my guys. If I saw Shushu and I'm gonna have Shushu over everybody. I know some people may think different. You know what? But I'm gonna be a little bit biased, and I'm gonna tell you straight up, I'm gonna be a little biased. I got Shushu over everybody. I've been a little critical of Shushu at sometimes as well. You know what I'm saying? But if Shushu was to lose the fight, and let's say he got stopped, I'm gonna feel a type of way. I'm gonna be hurt by it because I established some sort of relationship with him, especially his father. His father knows me. His father be hitting me up on Facebook. So that's another thing. His mom's too. I'm friends with his moms on the underground also, and we comment on each other's pictures. So I'll feel a type of way. If something happened with Tank Davis, nobody's gonna care. Just like Tank Davis doesn't care about that one guy that said he loved him, and he told him, he told him to shut the F up. You know what I'm saying? So, these guys, these content creators, you know what I'm saying? You guys doing a little bit too much. And your favorite fighters don't really give a damn about you. So stick to what everybody else is doing. Talk about the sport, break down the fights, give your opinions, and have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? And I think you'll get a lot more respect from just doing that.
I agree 100%.
Let me ask you this though. And I could I be wrong for thinking this? I think some guys do stuff for the money. You don't think that's possible?
And I think that's fine. I don't hate on people doing stuff for the. Listen, Tank Davis is doing it for the money. He's getting paid a lot of money. Let's call it the way it is. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's the lying and the shucking and jiving where he don't want to fight his contemporaries and saying, oh, we're going to do the rematch, and he's not. I mean, that's what I'm upset with. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? If anybody else got that opportunity to fight, they would take it. The only one that didn't take the opportunity was Ali's grandson. He turned down a fight with Jake Paul. He's the only one that I've seen turn down a fight with Jake Paul. And then Canelo, but Canelo got a big bag from Turkey. So, you know what I'm saying? So listen, I'm not. If I did that, I'm really a hater. Why I'm gonna hate on somebody else making money, right? I don't want nobody hating on me for my job. So
I don't know. I don't know if it's a hating, but I'll tell you what. This Tank guy, man, he changed the sport, man. I'll tell you that.
What you mean by that?
What I'm saying is, like, I look at like my homeboy Dub, me, you, Tommy, D Free. We like traditional boxing fans. We love the sport. I done seen me and Marky Dan watch niggas fight black and white, and we hype like the fight just happened. So that's what I mean when I say like Tank is changing to where like guys don't even. I heard somebody one time say they know the lightweight division and couldn't name nobody other than Tank Shakur and Keyshawn Davis at the time. So people don't even know who the guys are fighting. You know what I'm saying? Or who's up there. Like, it's just, I don't know.
No,
people got to realize Floyd was only Money Mayweather for 11 fights. For 39 of those fights, he was pretty boy fighting the hardest mofos he could.
That's true.
People don't remember, Costa Zoo, who beat the brakes off Zab Judah, ran from Floyd. Said, I don't want to see him. I don't want to fight him. Floyd was calling out Oscar De La Hoya 2 weight classes up, saying, I'm going to come get you. Come on, man. I don't even understand. The whole Tank stuff is crazy, man. It's crazy.
But the problem is because Floyd was able to get to that Money Mayweather level, all fighters, that's where they want to be. And so instead of putting the work in, like a Devin Haney is doing, and even now, Devin Haney get criticized for putting the work that he puts in. Well, he's supposed to win that fight against Regis. Well, wait a minute. Well, I remember a time where Tank was supposed to be fighting Regis. And, Regis would call Tank out. Let me put it that way. And Tank, he ain't step up and say, let me fight that man. But when Devin does it, what they say? Oh, nah. He's supposed to win that fight. No, man, boxing is a tough sport. It's one of the hardest sports out there, especially when it's just you and another motherfucker in the ring. So for him to go do what he does, You know what I'm saying? And a lot of those times, even with the Regis fight, he made it look easy. I ain't think Josh Taylor couldn't make it look nearly that easy. Teofimo Lopez watched Josh Taylor. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's why. What's next? I want to see Devin versus Tio. And what happened? Tio turned the fight down, but Devin was pushing for the fight. So all I'm telling you is that at the end of the day, I respect the way people move more than anything. And Devin is one of them guys. He moving that way. People right now telling me like BVO just said, last time Junior got in the ring, the man lost 6 weeks of his memory. And get what Devin said. Well, hell, he on my list. You know what I'm saying? That we didn't put out. He on my list. Hey, let's make it happen then. Let's do it. He ain't ducking no wreck. So what y'all ducking wreck for? And then when you go fight Jake Paul, everybody got he can do. He getting the bag right now. He getting the bag. Well, hold on. What another motherfucker make? Hey, I ain't getting paid off of it. What you eat don't make me shit. So all I'm trying to tell you, okay, get your money, but at the same time, if you would have fought Devin and Shakur, you would have still got paid. And then even after that, you could have fell off and then went and fought Jake Paul and still got a good bag there. But what you did was you ruined your whole legacy by going and making this exhibition. In my personal opinion, when I say I think you ruined his legacy doing this, because how you gonna go fight an exhibition when you ain't fought your contemporaries? I mean, it's ridiculous. And shout out to Just Do in the building, man. Salute to my brother Just Do.
What's good? B3 just came through. B3, if you could cook. Welcome to the panel, B3.
What's good? What's good to the family? Salute to everybody in the chat.
What up,
What's good, Dub? I mean, I was gonna say, they ain't putting no asses in seats. You know, that's what Leonard tell you.
Leonard would say that. That is true. Ellerby would say that. That's a very good point.
That's why they ain't get the fight.
He's a jerk. I don't like Leonard Ellerby at all, but go ahead.
Imagine the reel that can be made off of quotes that people have said. And if Tank end up retiring without fighting Shakur and Devin, unfortunately, I love Tank, but it's gonna be his career gonna be looked at as a laughing stock. I mean, when you consider his contemporaries, you got a 2-time lineal in Teofimo. You got an undisputed 2-division champion going on 3 in Devin. You got a 3-division champion lineal former unified in Shakur. So these are the guys, these are his contemporaries. So it's looking real bad for him. I mean, respectfully, unless he comes back to big time boxing and wins some and you know, beats these guys, history is not gonna look favorably upon him.
Hold on, man, real quick. Crush the legend. Shout out to my OG Crush. I love Crush. Crush is my big homie, and I mean no disrespect. Why you got see? You say this right here. They ain't fought the. Well, first off, y'all been telling me Tank is the A side. Tank is the one who's supposed to be making these fights, and he ain't made none of them. But they go in there when he was supposed to fight Lomachenko. He ain't never fight that man. Devin did. When
Tio did.
When Tank said he wanted to be undisputed, he ain't never. Has Tank been unified?
No.
So, and Devin and Big Man, stop it, man. You got to stop this. And
you know what it is, though?
Real quick, OG, I know you're going to call me Moist. I know you're going to call me Moist. The Moist meter is all the way up. That's no problem. I ain't got no problem. But at the same time, nah, man, stop it. When Floyd tried to make that fight, what Tank said, they trying to set me up. They trying to set me up. Man, stop it, man. Y'all got to stop the nonsense and just keep it a buck. I know you love Tank. I ain't got no problem with it. But at the same time, keep it a buck, OG.
Man,
them the same guys that tell you that Boots is fighting the world beater next.
And nobody don't know.
That's messed up, VVO. That was a shot at Crush. You wrong for that. You see, there's no need to bring that up. Yo, Crush, I got your back on that, Crush. I see what BVO trying to do. That's messed up. There's no need to bring in Boots into that. That was a shot at Crush. That was messed up.
That wasn't a shot at Crush.
Crush, don't let him do that to you, Crush. I put the link in the
Come on, OG. Come on, OG. You know I ain't got no problem with you
I
cooking
put
us
the
like
link in
Johnny
the
Gill.
chat if you want to come up, Crush. Don't let BVO do that.
Hey,
Oh man.
don't let the Puerto Rican turn us against each other. We brothers.
Yo, Hot Rod, what's good, Hot Rod? Welcome to the panel, man. You got anything you want to say? Is he there?
Yo, you
What
can
up,
hear
Hot
me?
Rod? Shout out to the horse player, man. Shout out to my brother.
You can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You crispy.
Man, I'm not hearing none of that bullshit OG Crush talking about,
Oh
man.
man, 2 people on Crush?
I'm not hearing none
I
of
gotta
that
leave
We're
Crush
not all
alone,
me and
man.
Crush brother.
No, that's my big homie now.
Yeah, Crush
My big
and
homie.
CDK have one of the best podcasts I see. That is a great idea they came up with. I love the idea. I love the podcast. You know, nobody else is doing that. That's original. I love it. But go ahead,
TD,
Hot Rod.
don't prime them for Crush. We gonna be on here for another 2 hours because he about to flame. We already know he about to cook.
Hey,
Quite
and when he get in
frankly,
here, I ain't got no problem with it. Go ahead. My bad, man. My
quite
bad, bro. Go
frankly,
ahead.
like I've been saying it, bro. This man is in the same position as Boots. Niggas say he's elite off of what? A test. Nigga ain't fought nobody. You niggas think he good because he knocking niggas out. Just like Boots Ennis, because he knocking niggas out. Niggas ain't fought nobody. So quite frankly, to be honest with you, TD, I don't give a fuck who this nigga fight, bro. Because once a grown ass man say you trying to set me up when they was trying to line it up with Lomachenko, I don't need to hear anything else, man. Once you in position to make the fight happen and you don't make it happen, there's nothing to talk about no more. Because he's in position to make every last fight happen. He got the final say. When he fought Ryan Garcia, he put stipulations in the contract. He got the final say. So he could send a contract to Shakur, to Keyshawn Davis, to whoever. He could send a contract, and he chose not to. So I don't care what the little nigga do, dog.
Hold on, Hot Rod. Hold
It
on,
don't
Hot
matter to
Rod.
me.
Hot
Where's
Rod,
T
real
Hill?
quick. Hold on, Hot Rod, real quick, Hot Rod. You remember on I believe it. What's Coach Calvin? What's their podcast name?
The Rise podcast.
The Rise. They flipped the coin over there, didn't they? They flipped the coin. And they said whoever, if it's heads, then it's Devin. If it's tails, then it's Shakur. And it landed on tails. And Leonard Ellaby was the same one that say, man, y'all don't send us nothing. We send y'all contracts.
Mm-hmm.
We the A side. That's what Leonard Ellaby said.
And so, I'm gonna say.
So if we gonna go through all this, well, what was the coin flip for? What we flipping the coin for? And you ain't gonna do nothing what you're talking about. We're gonna be
Shits
critical
and
of it.
giggles.
It is what it is.
Hey, one more thing. Hey, do y'all remember when I think this was on Mill City, because he be having Kenny over there a lot. Y'all remember when Kenny was on there and he told Shakur, you gotta go fight the little homie of Abdullah Mason before you fight us. Y'all remember that? Or am I tripping? Y'all remember that?
No. He definitely said that. He
I
definitely
don't watch that channel, so I don't know. Yeah.
So not only the fighter is on some BS, but his team is on BS as well. I'm gonna just leave it at
They
that.
don't make no decisions, Hot Rod. They don't make no decisions, man.
But no,
we
but
can't
the
do
fact,
what we
the fact
do.
his coach, but the fact
They
his
the
coach
paid
is
help.
saying that, the fact his coach is saying that lets you know what kind of timing they on.
His coach the same one that said fighters don't do right by you. Then he came back and said, "Hey, no, they do right by you. I got a couple that did do right, so they're nothing more than puppets, man."
Now I got a question for Doug.
Hold on, real quick.
Hold on,
Let's get Fly Frequent in here, and then
okay, that's why I wanted to know who that was.
I'll answer any question you want, my brother.
What's up, Frequent? I didn't know who it was.
Salute, y'all.
What's good?
What up, Fly?
Salute. What's going on, y'all?
Man,
chilling.
Welcome.
What's up, brother?
Man,
ain't nothing do but the rent, man. That's it.
Man, I'm back on this Jake Paul versus Tank stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? They try to act like I'm hating on it and everything. I'm hating on Tank. But deep down, they know the reason why that they didn't think that this fight was going to happen is because it's a trash fight and nobody wanted them to do it. And they know that it's whack that he would do something like that. And my reasons why I'm mad at this fight is because, man, he just came off of being a meme. You know what I'm saying? From his last fight, you know, taking the knee, and he just got his hair done 2 days ago or 3 days ago or whatever, and all of that, you know. And so we are waiting for him to get his get back. We want to see this fight. We know this a big build up to this fight right here. It's a big fight. Everybody want to see that. We're going to see what's going to happen because it was a good fight that they had and all of the controversy and everything. And they trying to spin it and say, oh, well, this not a real fight. You know, it's just an exhibition. And they trying to play like it's going to be fake, like it's scripted or something, like nobody going to get hurt and all of that stuff. I'm telling them, like, no, exhibition just means that it's not going to be sanctioned. You know, it's not going to count on their record because the sanctioning bodies is not willing to sanction this fight because of the weight difference. You know, it's so large. That's like 7 weight classes up at least. You know, that he's going to move up to fight Jake Paul. So, you know, they making it an exhibition. But
it might make Tank wear headgear.
Man, they should.
But the thing is, diabolical. Hold on, but the thing is this. When we go back and watch the Cesar Chavez Jr. fight, when we go back and watch the Mike Tyson fight, I said from the beginning they were pulling punches, and I don't know what's in that contract. And the reason I say that is because, it could be a clause in the contract. Hey, we ain't gonna knock each other out. We ain't gonna really throw like that. But at the same time, we gonna make it entertaining. It's a glorified sparring match.
But we can't compare it to the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight because that was a sanctioned bout, bro. You forgot?
That went on the
they switched that up and made it a sanctioned bout because they was close to the same weight. This right here is a whole circus show, bro. Yep. Tank is coming more than 7 weight classes down to fight this guy, man.
But even in the Tyson fight, and what you saying that you didn't think Tyson was pulling punches in that fight?
Yeah, I thought that, but we can't compare it to it, man. Respectfully.
I wish we could even stop calling this a fight. That's what I wish I was able to jump on the live last night, Dub, is because this is not a fight.
But look, that's what
and it's not going to look like a fight. It's going to look like Jake Paul. It's going to look like Floyd and Logan.
Yeah, but that's my whole thing too, though. People quick to say, "Well, this not a fight," and try to defend it by saying it's just an exhibition and it's not a fight, right? But at the same time, they try to compare it to real fights, like say, "Oh, this fight is going to do way more numbers than what Bud versus Canelo doing," and they comparing it to that. Well, wait, hold on. You saying it's not going to be a real fight? It's going to be fake. Why are you comparing it to real fights then? You can't flip flop with it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it seemed like people doing. But the reason that I'm mad about this fight is because I know that people saying that he could possibly double back and fight Lamont Roach, but I'm knowing that that's putting it in danger. Look at what happened. And look what happened with Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia. They got a fight in between, and look what happened. You always had a potential for the fight to be messed up because Ryan Garcia got knocked down by Rolly and made to look bad because he ain't had no ostarine. He had 0.0% ostarine in his system, and so now the fight is not happening. Now the fight not happening.
Let me ask one.
They ain't doing that, Lamar.
What if he beat Tank, or even worse, what if Shakur fight Lamont Roach and beat him? Tank not gonna want to see the fight, and people gonna make excuses why Tank don't have to fight him.
Yep.
If anybody else put hands on Roach,
got a chance against Shakur.
Exactly, and if anybody else lay a finger on Roach, they gonna make up an excuse for him. That's gonna be an excuse for Tank not to fight him, and we not gonna get the fight, bro.
Yep.
It messes up everything. It's more than that.
Hold on, real quick. I think three had a question for me. So
go ahead.
I don't know.
I want to know what your thoughts was when Tank said "F the fans." He said, "Shut the F up and be a fan." What was your thoughts on that?
We talked about it a little earlier, but it's one of the most disgraceful things you can say to your fans. And reading that brother comment, I don't know this brother from Peter and Paul, John, none of the disciples. But the brother say, "Love you, Tank." That's the first thing he started with. I love you. You know what I'm saying? But we got to see that rematch with Roach too. So he didn't even shit on the Jake Paul fight. All he said is after that, man, we still want to see you as a fan of yours. We want to see you get the smoke with. We want to see you get your get back with
And
Lamar.
hold on,
Hold on,
Doug. What
let me
did
just
his
finish.
coach Barry just say too when on that interview? Didn't he say the same thing?
But this is the problem. When you asking about the fan, I'm gonna address that part first, and I want to finish on that. But for you to come out and say against somebody who telling you, man, I'm a fan of yours, I love you, but at the same time, I ain't shitting on this fight, but man, you got to get back in there with Lamont. And for you to come out and say shut the F up and be a fan. Wait a minute, what? I'm a fan. Like you're literally disrespecting the people who support you. What they do? That's almost like the brother who my brother Killer Be Killed just dropped the super chat. If I get the super chat from him and I'm like, man, fuck your super chat, nigga. I don't want your wait a minute.
Yeah.
That ain't how normal people operate.
That's crazy.
He on
Hey, can I
Netflix now.
address
He don't
that
need
too,
no
Doug?
pay-per-view back in. He Gucci.
Man, this is crazy, man.
Can I address that too, Doug?
Go ahead.
Let me say this before you address that. I think the thing that's getting so out of order with the Tank stuff is what's up with these guys and these homoerotic comments about Tank. Like, can you guys please stop? I mean, whatever Tank is doing in his personal life, it doesn't matter. I keep hearing like the wildest stuff about Tank and like dudes talking about his braids, his tat. Man, if you guys got a little bit more pride, man, just let everybody know, man. I'm so tired of hearing that sweet stuff about Tank, man. I'm telling you, every live I get on, I keep hearing somebody say something super sweet like, oh, you guys want to F him. I'm like, what? What in the world is that coming from? I've never heard this kind of stuff about a boxer before. I mean, we understand Tank carries purses, but that stuff is crazy, man.
I don't know what live you've been on. I ain't never been on no live like that.
Everybody, hey,
but let me
we've heard
Hey,
that before.
it's all good. It's all you might feel that way. You might feel that way until you find yourself in the Twilight Zone, bro. I found myself on a panel surrounded by a bunch of Tank fans, and they was asking me what's Devin's favorite color. And talking about they know Tank favorite color. They know he likes Skittles, his favorite candy, and all that stuff. That's where that be coming from, bro. It don't just come out of nowhere. You know, and then you got people doing lives talking about Tank braids, and you know, people jealous of him because his braids look nice and his tattoos, and we don't care about none of that, bro.
Nope.
That's because they're a fan of a boxer and not a fan of boxing.
But to address that comment right there, man, I lie to you not, man. Shout out to KO. It make me think about KO, man, because I feel like Tank disrespecting the channels that be holding it down for him, man. You can't tell me that Tank don't know who KO is or some of these other boxing channels that, you know, rep Tank to the fullest. You can't tell me that. And it's like he never showed no love, you know?
I'm gonna tell you that little young brother. He don't care.
He don't have
it's like he don't give one dang, bro. He don't give one dang about none of it.
I'll be honest with you. Very well he could know, but then it's very well he don't care and he don't know, because with a comment like that on his Twitter, because that's just in reply to his Twitter account, right? A reply like that tells me that he don't really care. He don't really watch content. He don't watch YouTube. That's how I take it. Like he truly don't care. He's in his own zone, his own life, and that's it. He could care less who supports him and who doesn't. So I mean, but he very well could not, may not be watching.
I got something on your theory, BVO. And it's funny that you mentioned that it kind of gets sweet, and it's a lot of kind of like sissy things going on. I'm pretty sure, and y'all could correct me if I'm wrong, more than likely it started when he started dancing and doing those little videos of him in like almost butt naked or in some shorts and doing them little gay dances. That's more than likely when a lot of the boxing fans got a little suspect.
I mean, it's just sickening, man. I've heard content creators say y'all want to F him. And I'm thinking to myself, like,
Nah,
why would you say shit
you're
like that?
exaggerated. Stop
No,
it.
I'm
No,
telling
it's a
you.
lot. No,
I'm
No,
I've
no,
telling
no,
been
no,
you.
hearing
no.
people say that. I
He's
heard
I've
people
not
heard
say
that.
that
exaggerating.
before.
He's not exaggerating at all. He's not exaggerating.
I've
That's
heard that.
crazy. I
I've
honestly
heard
have not
dudes
heard
say,
that.
y'all want an F tank. Like, what?
That's
And
Like,
then
wild.
dude,
they throw that picture up with him and AB be trying to kiss him.
That's wild. Listen,
Y'all need to,
I'm not going that far
need
because I
to
personally have
stop
not
going
seen
to
it,
those channels.
so I can't do that.
I
Well,
can tell you that.
all I'm telling you,
Co-signing,
TD,
I'm not co-signing
TD,
that.
all
It
I'm
very well
telling
could have
you,
happened,
TD,
but I've never heard it.
all I'm telling you,
I'm gonna tell
TD, I'm in these YouTube streets when I get the opportunity to be, and I listen to a lot of different content. I done heard multiple individuals bring up, oh nah, that's what y'all that I done heard multiple individuals bring that up. Multiple.
Wow.
I can tell you right now, I don't know what channel it is that does that, but if I was ever on a channel and they said that to me, I would never be at that channel again.
That's wild.
Never ever again.
bro,
I've never had it. I mean, I don't ride for these fighters like that. So I mean, I criticize the ones that need to be criticized. I praise the ones that need to be praised. But I don't ride for these fighters like that. So I don't have nobody come at me like that about these fighters.
I mean, one thing that happens, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I had an argument with a young kid earlier about YouTube. Everybody's fighting to be popular on YouTube, man. It's a fun hobby. Everybody's fighting to be popular. And at the end of the day, man,
it's clicks and
all
views.
you can really do, man, is put the best content you can put out and go there. But it's always somebody willing to go just an extra step to be even more provocative, more outrageous. Like I said, I never thought I would see a boxing channel say, you guys want to F this kid. I'm thinking to myself, like, why is that on your mind? You know what I mean? Like, what happened? Now, I understand Tank carries purses and has the earrings like Lisa from Coming to America, but I never once thought about his braids. Like, a guy we all know, he wrote a whole love letter about how Tank's
Wow.
braids.
Yeah, that I know about. That I've heard. That was crazy.
It's just
crazy.
Hey man, if you guys like men,
What he said he got braids like Iverson, right? Didn't he say that? Braids like Iverson. I said, what are we doing?
Well, I didn't know you were.
What are we doing?
I didn't even know.
Hey man,
I
they
didn't even
told
know you was looking
me.
at Iverson's braids.
Hey man, they told me you don't know nothing about Devin. You don't know his favorite color. You don't know what his favorite candy is, or none of that. I'm like, what? You don't know nothing that he like to do. They're like, you don't know nothing that he like to do. I'm like, I don't care about none of that, bro. This getting weird in here, bro.
Some of these angry dudes, man, they should go ahead and get tongue rings, man. If that's how you are, man, go get you a tongue ring, bro. Because this stuff is crazy, bro. These guys get up here and don't even know about boxing. They talk about Tank all day, and he ain't fought nobody. Come on, dog. We hype about him fighting Mario Barrios. We seen Pacquiao's old ass whoop him.
No,
come on, man.
It was. I ain't gonna say he whooped him. I can't say that, but it shouldn't have nearly been nearly. It shouldn't even been that close of a fight. It shouldn't have been nearly that close of a fight. And I agree with you. I think he was pulling punches as well.
In the Barrios fight?
Wait, who was pulling punches?
Wait, what?
Barrios, I think Barrios was definitely pulling punches.
Oh, Barrios and Pacquiao. Yeah, I kind of thought so too. I thought he did
versus
too.
Pacquiao. I thought you were saying versus Tank. I'm about to say why would you
No.
Yeah.
What the whole argument was there that we watched Barrios get up there, even with Abel Ramos, an individual that I don't think anybody up here, and I say respectfully to Abel Ramos, shout out to Jesus, but Abel Ramos, that man long in the tooth and ain't never been just, I mean, he a good fighter, you know what I'm saying? He good, but Mario Barrios should have watched this man, in my opinion. And you go out there and get a draw with Abel Ramos, and then come back and get a draw with a 73-year-old Pacquiao.
Garbage.
I think y'all just got a lot. Y'all overrate Barrios. That's what it is, man. I think Barrios always was a bum to me, man. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Well, I kind of think the same thing. I never thought Barrios was that good. What I didn't like in the fight, it did look like he was pulling punches, but what was very clear and I didn't like was he was touching gloves and wanted to hug him like after every round, and then his corner finally tells him in like the 10th round to stop doing that.
Yeah,
like
he
you should
goes
have
out
told him that in like the 4th, 5th round.
But he
Oh
went.
yeah, I know what
But
you talking about.
even when they told him to stop it, what he did? He went
He
back
still
and
did
it.
He kept trying to
Oh
hug
yeah,
and love on him.
yeah. I think he admired Pacquiao though. I think
Yeah, but
Pacquiao
in the
might be his
fight-
hero though, bro.
Yeah, but it took away from him fighting him.
But it's a fight, bro. Man, listen, I'm just and BVO asked me this question after that fight. BVO said, "Doug, I'm a Carmelo Anthony fan, right? I love Melo. If I get a chance to get on the court with Melo, guess what? I'm trying to kill this man. I'm not shaking his hand. I'm going at him. Man, I'm doing everything I can to beat him.
Hey Doug. But remember when Mike Tyson was fighting Jake Paul? You remember how you felt when you thought that Jake Paul was going to knock Mike Tyson out, bro? I think that's the same feeling, bro. You know, I think Mexican fans would have been pissed if Barrios would have hurt Manny Pacquiao, bro. Just like nobody wanted Tyson to get hurt. They're like, come on, man, you about to fight a 53-year-old guy, man.
When we ever got mad at a fighter that got in the ring and whooped somebody ass? When we ever got mad at that?
Trevor Berbick when he beat the shit out of Ali.
I didn't get mad. I wasn't
Larry Holmes. When he beat
Trevor Berbick
Ali.
was trying to hurt Muhammad. Trevor Berbick was beating the shit out of Muhammad.
Well, don't get in the ring then. Just don't get in the ring. That's on you. When you get it, nah, bro. This is. Hold on. Do you understand?
You can't beat a Muhammad Ali like
bro,
that,
bro.
bro.
Ali had issues going. He had mental issues though, bro.
But do you understand the name of the game? This is the hurt game. This is the hurt game. So when you find yourself back in that ring, first off, that's your choice. I don't care what financial decisions you done made. If you need the money, then that's on you. But at the same time, once you get in between in that square circle, you get in between them ropes. Nah, nigga, hey, man, you look, man. I ain't trying to see nobody pull no damn punches because you supposedly a legend and all this kind of other stuff. Nah, fuck all of that. Go put hands on somebody.
I think Barrios ain't that good. Y'all seen he was pulling punches. I just think he ain't that good to knock old Pacquiao out or beat him.
No, he was pulling punches, man. I mean, he had man.
I think
all he had to do was step on the gas on Manny. Manny couldn't do nothing. Manny was tied by the 4th round. He was tied.
But in the Jake Paul fight, it was the opposite. Mike was the one pulling punches.
But all this man had to do, Barrios, all he had to do, if he put the high guard, and if people call me a casual fan, that's fine. I ain't got no problem with it. The coaches know way more than I do about boxing. So I'm telling Mario Barrios, man, you put the high guard on, you know what I'm saying, and you walk this man down. And when you're walking him down, you shoot to the body, and then you come upstairs with it. Utilize your jab.
He ain't good enough to do that, Dub.
I disagree with that.
He ain't good enough to do that to me.
I disagree with that. Shout out to KQKC in the building, man. That's the big homie, man.
I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. You guys brought up Holmes and Ali. I thought Holmes was pulling back punches too in like the last 2 rounds of that before the 10th round. I thought he was, because he was looking at the ref to kind of like stop this fight already. So yeah, but yeah.
He said he was. He said he was. He said Ali was his idol. He didn't want to fight Ali, but they made him fight Ali. No, he definitely was pulling punches. He said he was. He said he wasn't trying to hurt Ali.
That's different.
He said he went in his locker room after that fight and cried because he didn't want to do that to Ali.
Man, hey man, once you choose to get into the ring, man, it's the hurt game, bro. If you get, hey, it is what it is. You know,
it's all downhill for you from then on.
But you know the decisions you making when you choose to fight. I don't know one fighter that go out there and they looking to just, man. And we done heard carrying fighters, all that kind of stuff. Okay, man, you tell me who looking to carry somebody, man. I ain't trying to. I don't get paid for overtime. That's what fighters will tell you on a regular basis.
We're gonna see Tank carry Jake in November.
Canelo carried Jaime McGill.
Yeah, he did, Free.
That's a fact, Texas G.
He did.
I ain't in the ring. I ain't in the ring.
He admitted to carrying Munguia.
Tex G said, "You say that from the couch, Doug."
I do.
Yeah. Well, guys, I mean, this was great. I don't know if you guys got anything else. I think the point got across. This was a good discussion. Um, I think we're all pretty much on the same page. And I don't like I said earlier, I don't like to use the term haters as much. Like we're not haters. I don't think anybody here is a hater. Unless we're hating for fun. Like I'll hate in the Washington Commanders because they're playing the
Yeah,
Seahawks.
they
Something like
trash.
that. But you know what I'm saying? Like that's the fun part about it. We're not hating on Tank Davis. We just don't like the moves that he's made. We not, but I think we want to hold accountable as far as this live was about the content creators responsible for what they're putting out there to their followers.
Hold on, Thomas.
It was
You
a
ain't just
joke.
gonna, you ain't just gonna let
It was
that,
a
you ain't just
joke.
gonna let that slide. We got a Philadelphia Eagle fan up here, and we got Dallas Cowboy fans up here. You just had to say the
Because I
Commanders.
had to do it
You
with
the
you because
host, D Free.
you're the host. You're the
You the
co-host with me.
host, Free.
Everybody else is, they come on, but you're my regular co-host.
I mean, I understand when you're going against the best team, you're going to hate. I understand.
That's messed up, man. You should take it to heart, man. I got the Commanders over the Eagles and the Giants all day. I'll
Stop
tell you
it.
that much.
Hey,
I got the
hey, hey,
Stop
free,
it.
hey, free. Look. I was gonna jump on a panel earlier. I couldn't jump on because the Cowboys was playing, and we finally got us a victory, man. 31-13 against the Packers. I was so look. I was so happy.
You,
Free.
hey, you
I'm
know it's
telling you the
bad
truth.
when you celebrate a preseason win. You know it's
Yeah,
bad.
shout out to my man Dub.
Hey,
Yeah,
what y'all want me to do? Y'all want me to
that
start
was
being a
crazy.
liar? I gotta
That
tell the
drop
truth.
was that
I ain't
drop
gonna
was
lie to
crazy.
you. I gotta tell you the truth, man.
I know it feels good to win a preseason game, but I give y'all about 9 or 10 games tops.
Man, we gonna whoop y'all ass in the first game.
I
So
mean,
we gonna.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. It's Philadelphia. We lose games like that, but I don't
Where's the
think that you
game at?
would. I think that we would win that game, but I definitely think we're gonna split with you
Hey,
and Free.
It's in Philly. It's in Philly. It's in Philly.
Oh, y'all
is
gonna get
it?
They
smashed
get
in Philly.
Oh no, no. Is it? Is it?
they getting their Super Bowl
I thought.
ring.
Yeah,
Oh, right,
With
right.
the
It's our
with
ring
all
it's
the
a
ceremony.
ring ceremony. Ring
yeah.
ceremony.
Yeah, those are
Uh,
games that those are Philadelphia because I've been like a season ticket holder for the Sixers since Iverson, and we lose stuff like that. We those are the kind of games we go out there and just shit the bed like what they like them Italians like to say. But I mean, I think we gonna win the game to be honest.
hey, real quick,
I got a
I
prediction.
gotta
I
say
got a
this.
prediction for that game. I predict because Philadelphia is one of the rare stadiums that have they have a prison
Yes, we
underneath.
do.
They like people. I
I got
predict at
pictures in
least
that prison.
16. I believe I predict there's going to be about 16 arrests
Hmm
during that game. That's my prediction.
Hey TD, it's like that every game. Yo, I see. When I was a young boy, I was building the Eagle Stadium, and I was like, "Yo, is that a jail cell?" I had to go ask the foreman. I'm like, "Yo, is that real?" He's like, "Oh yeah." Not only they got a jail cell, they got a whole damn judicial system down there, bro. They got a damn judge. No, I cannot make this up. They got all that shit.
You Eagle fans are wild. That's why.
Man, yeah, you gonna go to
Hey,
jail. There's gonna be a lot of people go to jail that night, though, TD, for sure.
I wanna make a quick announcement. Shout out to my brother Rebuttal Entertainment, my brother Lou. Me and Lou, we got a new show we're gonna start this Tuesday. It's called Nigga Can I Speak? That's the name of the show. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
God,
So
You
y'all
gonna
look
put that
out for
in the
me.
title?
that's crazy.
Yeah, Nigga Can I Speak? That's the name of the show.
Are you
Can I
just
recommend? Can I recommend you put a ninja instead?
right? I'm about to say you gonna have a ninja, or you gonna
Okay,
actually have
Ninja.
the
You wild,
word.
man. You guys are wild, wild boys.
Yeah, that's
Jesus
crazy. That's
Cristo,
crazy.
Ave Maria.
Replace it with brother or a ninja sign.
That joint, that show gonna get shut down the first night.
Quick.
Word, straight up. But yo, next week we're gonna do our football talk. We're gonna make our picks. We're gonna start up our pool. Um, and with me and D Free and I believe Sock, we're gonna do our little division and reviews as well. We'll drop videos. I don't think we're gonna go live for that, but next Friday night it'll be mostly football talk. We're starting to. I'm excited for that because I haven't been
Hmm
doing Friday nights and boxing talk in a minute. I've
What's
been
up
doing a
with
little
the
interviews.
draft?
Hold on,
I've been
hold on.
doing.
I gotta do the Keenan Wayans. My apologies.
What's up with the
Yeah,
draft?
yeah.
Message.
We've been doing our
Uh,
interviews a little lately, and then I've been doing my shows on Sundays, with the doctor, not just the plain old doctor, the good doctor, KG, and we're doing the Tales from the B side, not Tales from the Dark Side, Tales from the B side, and I'm really excited for doing that show as
seniors.
well.
Y'all
So
got
we
seniors.
got Brian Norman Senior this Sunday night.
Shout
Oh,
out to
that's gonna
seniors.
be fire.
Held
look
on
out for
the
that.
B side, starring Tank Davis.
Hey,
Yo,
real
he's a
quick.
B-side fighter now.
He's eligible.
He's gonna tell me to shut the
No,
F up anyway.
shots fired. Shots fired. Pop,
What's
pop,
up
pop.
with the draft?
Well, my brother, I want to tell you about the derivative of where the derived word, the N word, the nigger word has derived from.
What's
And it
happening?
came from back in the day when people.
Security.
What is happening?
What is
What
security?
I
At,
was about
man?
to say, what the hell?
We need to
Who brought
remove this. We need to
Dr.
remove this
Umar?
brother
Was that
immediately.
a drop or
Who
was that live?
who
No,
brought
that's live.
Dr. Umar up here?
Well, damn, B3, that was pretty damn good.
That was pretty
No,
good.
no. What I was thinking of with Don't Be a Menace to South Central when,
Oh
they be
yeah,
like, when
yeah,
Keenan Wayans be like, message. I
yeah,
was like,
yeah.
the reason why I thought about it is because the N word is like everybody is referred to as like even the young guys, Scooter Davis, somebody came on a show and they was like, that young nigga is the truth. And I'm like, I understand the culture. I understand everything. I understand it all. But at the end of the day, why can't he just be a young guy, a young
B3,
American
you from the
male?
South. You know them Southern boys. You know how we talk sometime. I'm from both. I'm from city and I'm from both, literally.
But
That's just how we talk. There's no disrespect.
think about what TD just said about the N word.
Yeah, it's
It's
a
not
little awkward for
mainstream.
TD. It's a little
It's
awkward
not
for TD.
mainstream. No, it's gonna be awkward. It's awkward in
Not for
general.
Dub Right Side. I can promise you it's not gonna be awkward for him.
Trust when I tell you.
I say
And
nigga. I say
one
nigga.
thing I heard about this, and like even Ness has one of the biggest shows on TBV. He said he wished that he stopped people from cussing on his show. When he first started, he said he wished he would have nipped it in the bud because. And when you get to a podcast level, you want to be able to be played in on the radio, or you
Pat
want to be able to be
McAfee
played
cusses and he's on
in
ESPN.
offices and things like that. Yeah, but they do. They say small things. We say
No,
the
they
F
say
bomb.
F bombs.
They
Pat
muted
McAfee and
though.
LeBron and them be dropping F bombs, bro.
But on the radio, I think they let it rock because I think it's satellite radio.
Yeah, he's definitely satellite. I'm talking about when he does a Pat McAfee show. It's
my
ESPN
this
backs
is this is
that.
what this is my
No, they
point
do, but
though.
they mute it
When you drive
it's
in the,
on the
when you
air.
go into work in the
For
morning,
sure.
if you're a 9 a.m. show, your kids 9 times out of 10 is gonna be in the car.
No,
When
they
you
not.
get to work, if you listening, you not majority of the people, maybe not you, but people have ride with their kids in the morning. Also, people are at work
I
early in the
could be in
morning.
school before.
So
Nah, shit.
what I'm saying is this: nobody wants to hear a whole bunch of cussing.
Mhm.
I mean,
Well,
I'm
on the
just giving
late
it.
shows, it's gonna be cussing.
At the late show, I could understand it, but early on, I mean, I cursed a little bit too much. I think BVO kind of got us all out of the habit of cursing as much as we used to. I think
Facts.
we calmed it down. But guys, before we go, and while we got people still watching, I just want to preview this Sunday. We got Tales from the B side. Let me just give you a brief preview. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna press it right now.
Usual suspect.
When the storm comes, y'all know what's going on. You grab your boots and run.
Usual suspect.
That's this Sunday at 7 o'clock. You catch it on my channel or on KG's channel. So we'll promote it more. It'll be in my post, but stay tuned for that. Last week we had Tay Jones, and we got a whole podcast up. If you want to take a look at that, we got a bunch of fighters that we interviewed. We did the knockout king, Randall Bailey. So
Big Johnny
yeah, go
Rice.
check that out.
Randall Bailey fighting today, ain't he? No, my
Daniel
bad.
Bailey.
Daniel Bailey fighting.
Yeah,
today.
not Randall
Yeah,
Bailey.
he got stopped.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, damn,
Well,
Randall Bailey
he
still
got
fighting.
what
Yeah,
round he got stopped in?
It was probably like round 7, I think, 6 or 7.
I had an 8th round stoppage.
Okay. Yeah, you was right. You was close. I don't think he got to the 8th.
All right, that's all good.
Shout out to my man Marcus right here. Ohio runs boxing. Salute. My man
Yeah.
Frontline in the building. Salute. Que lo que.
Hey, listen, man.
He
Listen,
hates when I do that.
if y'all haven't yet, go subscribe to B3 Picks TV. Man, I'm about to go ahead and run a StreamYard, a late night StreamYard live. I don't think Dub going live. You not going live tonight?
Hold on, you finna go live?
Unless you go, if you going, I'm gonna let you lead it, and then because I like your drops and everything. But if not, I'm gonna kick one off. I just do one real quick
No, you
because
got
I know.
it. You got it. You got it.
Okay.
We need
Fair
to
enough.
get
I
a
dropped the
show.
link. I just got to get some stuff off my chest, so I'm gonna drop the link just in case anybody up. If not, I'm gonna kick it like that. But listen, anybody want to rock, go to B3 Picks TV. We gonna rock out tonight. I'm gonna drop the link in like 10 minutes, and we gonna kick off.
We
All right,
slide.
guys. With that being said, y'all got final thoughts? Say them now. If not, I'll be back most likely Sunday night. If I do come back earlier, you'll see it. But most likely Sunday night, we'll be back with the Tales from the B side, and then throughout the week we'll be throwing some football content. Me and D Free, and then you guys got closing thoughts, and then next time you guys going live, let us know now.
Nah, man, I ain't got. Oh, go ahead, Free.
No, I was gonna say, I'll be live on Thursday.
Free, we might have to switch that Thursday up, bro. So we got to get Dr. Fields in for a tad bit.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it behind the scenes. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure that Thursday out.
No, I don't.
Well, we go for D Free will be live Thursday. What time, Free?
I'll be live Thursday at 6:30. Y'all don't want me taking my show longer. I normally try to do it for an hour and a
Yeah,
half.
we took over the last time, Free. We was on that month for a minute, but it was lit though. You know what I'm saying?
That was because BVO said he wasn't going live until 8:45, so I stayed longer. I normally get done by 8 o'clock.
Yeah, we try to shut it down to be in order. So
you gotta be on point. Maybe we got to go earlier for Dr. Cam. Maybe we gotta. I don't know. We'll talk about it later.
Whatever time. Like I said, I normally get done at 8 o'clock. I only go live for like an hour and a half. I normally get done by 8 o'clock because I know BBO go live at 8:05. But yeah, I'll be live Thursday at 6:30. And then we're only gonna talk about the last preseason games. We're gonna talk about the 53-man roster, and then we're gonna get ready for the regular season.
Man, I can't wait.
Yes, indeed. I can't. We're going to do our picks. We're going to start our pool up, and we're going to make our picks against the spread. What we do every Friday is that everybody picks 3 games, and they pick 3 winners against the spread, and we keep a tally of who's doing well and who's doing not so well, and hopefully it helps people when they do their bets. So that's what we do each week.
Y'all already know D Free is always in the number 1 spot.
With that being said, I wish everybody well. If nobody got anything else to say, I'm gonna just end it. B3 Picks TV will be up next with I guess my man Dub Right Side. Is that right? Is that accurate?
Yeah, we all sliding.
Okay,
yeah, I'm gonna pull up over.
So you guys, I appreciate you guys coming up. This was a good topic. We had some fun tonight. Salute to everybody that does content. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy to get up here and speak. You know what I'm saying? But it does feel good. It's a hobby and have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting at you, a total negative way. I'm just saying be accountable for the things that you say. That's all I'm saying. And that was the point of this live. All right. And a question, man, real quick.
What I gotta do, let y'all niggas know, I am the nicest ever. I'm quick to
Hey, hold on, Tommy.
That's a fire album, by the way.
Hold on, TD. I gotta ask this question.
Crazy. I was just playing that album 2 days ago.
With you being from, the Bronx, correct? You from the Bronx?
Yes, sir.
Do you watch Fat Joe and Jada? Do you watch their podcast?
Fat Joe is a clown, man. He be lying so much. It's crazy, but it's hilarious. I see it. It's hilarious.
I know Fat Joe was lying about that whole robbing the gym because that was me that robbed the gym. That wasn't Fat Joe. That was me.
Hold on, but it'd be the funniest thing. So it'd be a lot of. So I think he'd be capping here and there, but at the same time,
he exaggerates the truth.
Hold on. He said it the other day. He was like, man. So every time I say I got 100 niggas with me, it might be 20. It might be 20. But at the same, he had me crying, bro.
I'll say this.
Priceless.
a lot of somebody's coming out as Major Key. I haven't seen him in a minute, Major Key.
Man, shout out to my brother Major Key in the building, man. That's my brother.
Is this? I don't know if his thing is working,
Hey,
but
yeah, salute to you guys, man.
what's good, Major Key? I haven't seen you in a minute.
Yeah, man, I've been disappearing for a minute because I got a lot of important. Wifey was dealing with some health issues. I've been dealing with some health issues, but just life. That's all. Everything's good though.
Okay, I'm glad to hear everything is good. That's what's up.
Yeah, man.
You from the Bronx too?
Huh?
You from the Bronx too, right?
Hell yeah, man. I lived on 1195. I live in 1195 East 214th Street, and I lived on 2045 Southern Boulevard.
Okay.
My whole family was over there in Allerton Avenue, where the real Skate Key was at. You know what I'm saying?
I remember Skate Key back in the day. Yep.
Yeah, White Plains Road. Yeah, White Plains Road. Yeah, I used to be there on a regular basis, man. Like I'm from BX. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I used to take the Dollar Van to school, all of that. You know what I mean? Like real. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm just popping up, man, because I rarely pop up. But man, I'm just looking forward to this. Like I have not been keeping up because of all of the situations, so I do keep up with Dub Right Side. You know what I'm saying? And certain people, but definitely Dub. You know what I'm saying? Because I always know that if I want the outside scoop of the worst that I can hear about somebody that I like or the best of somebody that I like, I'm going to hear it on this channel. I'm going to hear all aspects of who they like and who they don't like. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I like it. And if you got to get put in timeout, Dub has no hesitation with that neither. You know what I'm saying? You get put in timeout.
We're going to be in order, man. We're going to be in order.
Yeah. No, man, I remember Major Key back in the day. Major Key was dope, but he was one of the first guys I used to watch on YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, definitely watch it. I think one of the last things I seen, you did the interview with the referee, Cortez.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
yo,
that was
he
one
was
of the last
dope.
ones
He
I've
was
seen,
actually genuine. He was actually genuine.
Oh, he was. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I like the fact that he was really genuine. He was willing to talk about it, and you know what I'm saying. And it was weird because I'm a Hispanic, right? And I do like you know what I'm saying. I take that whole diaspora that we dealt with, and I try to bring that out. But nah, he is just straight down the line, like no, nothing. I'm not gonna play victim or say anything about anything. I'm just a referee. And you know what I'm saying? It was weird to deal with that aspect because it was like, okay, I'm not used to that. Like I wasn't expecting it, especially from a Latino, you know what I'm saying? But he went that route. But nevertheless, he was open about everything that he dealt with in the career, and which was dope. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that with a lot of people. But nevertheless, like I said, I appreciate coming here because you guys. So with the Terrence, I'm still with it. I don't know if you guys. I don't want to open a because I know everybody was talking about. I came here late, man. I don't know. Everybody was talking about they were going to a different channel. That's cool. But I'm just asking, do we get through does everybody have an opinion already about Canelo or Terrence?
Everybody I have a little opinion, but I'm going to hold it till we get closer.
But you see what but we already know what we need to know. But you know why you're saying that? Because you gotta. It's right. It's right. You have to really break that shit down to so deeply in your mind to all the little nuances, all of the little tricks that both of them have to really give a prediction because it's a great fight. I didn't think it was a great fight when I first heard of it. I said, nah, man, he's not going to be acclimated to the weight class, and that's the most thing. If Bud loses, it's only because he wasn't acclimated to the weight class. But he's his size. You know what I'm saying? If he gets acclimated, bro. But Canelo's also very slick, man. He's tricky for a reason, man. He's been like that his whole life. You know what I mean? You know, he didn't get knocked out versus a Mayweather, so it's not like he's stupid. You know what I mean? You know, I'm just saying it's going to be a crazy, interesting fight, and I just wanted to come up here just to say that, it's coming closer and closer. And now I've already, my house has not been the watch party house for the last 5 years since COVID happened. Well, no, people will come into my house, but during COVID, but with masks on. But right now, I'm opening the gates, bro. Everybody's coming in. No, we're gonna watch this fight. We're gonna watch it. You know what I'm saying? They're coming to my crib this time. We watching it, bro. We're not going nowhere else but my house.
we're speaking, remembering the interview you did with Cortez. I did an interview, and it was me and Mancuso. I don't know if you know Rich Mancuso. He's from the Bronx. We did an interview with Rick Gonzalez. So Richie Gonzalez, he's a referee. I'm thinking of having him come back, and he's from the Bronx too, and he's a big time referee. So I think I might try to look to do an interview with him.
That's what's up, man. I almost got into the whole boxing situation up there on what was it on? Fuck, man. You know what I'm talking about, the main Ave over there that connected to Yankee Stadium. I'm talking about bro, the bus used to go there. My Clinton was on there, man. Freaking
not the concourse, you know.
Yeah.
No.
It was the concourse and the one up, but after that, with the 4 train. Damn, bro, I can't believe, but I've been gone for like 30 years from there, bro. But I'm just saying, you know what I'm talking about. It's past the concourse, but I'm saying it connected my school all the way up. Jerome, that's what I'm talking about. Jerome,
okay.
Jerome.
Yeah, Jerome.
You know the 4 train goes up.
The 4 train goes by there. But it's close to Yankee Stadium.
Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about.
Because right now I'm close to Fordham. I'm on Valentine right now.
Oh well,
but I'm pretty much I'm pretty much born and raised.
I got an ex-girlfriend that used to live on there on Valentine right there, because up the street from there they had the Edgar Allan Poe little museum right there.
Yes,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I know that whole place, man.
I just moved here a little while ago. I mean, I know the area, but I grew up in Soundview.
Okay,
so Soundview was my area. Yeah.
Castle Bridge. I'm from Soundview. I'm from Castle Bridge. I'm from Soundview. Yeah. People that don't know about that. Anyway, I just wanted I don't want to because you know what I'm saying. My man right here, man. I love my guy Dub, man. He got everybody from all around the country, so they probably looking right now like, hey, I don't want to hear about no Bronx shit. We're talking about some other shit, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to you guys.
My man Dub is about to go to this Jake Paul tank fight in his state right there. He's gonna be in Atlanta. He's gonna be at the fight.
I'm only going. I ain't buying a ticket. I made it up in my mind. I'm not buying a ticket to the fight. If I find a way to get credentialed, you know what I'm saying, then I'll go. But outside of that, man, I ain't supporting.
I'll let me afterwards, bro.
All right, I got you.
There's ways, man. There's easy ways. You don't have to always go to like straight up, but there's usually connects that you can get to, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna talk. Look, between you and TD, I think y'all New York niggas, y'all might be able to get a country brother there. So I'm gonna rock with both of y'all, man. I'm gonna hit both of y'all.
Well, yo, let me close out because I think B3 is gonna do his. I appreciate you guys coming on. Major Keys, good talking.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I was just coming over here to show some love to Dub and to everybody here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be honest with you, man, I just be missing these shits, man. Like, with everything that's going on in life, I really do miss having a boxing channel and actually enjoying boxing like you guys are doing, man. So I do listen. I don't always comment, but I do listen all the time, bro. So shout out to you guys. Have a great night, bro.
Appreciate you,
bro. Yes, sir.
All right, guys. You guys, I appreciate everybody came through, man. Dub, D3, B3, and everybody else that came on the panel. Great discussion. Great live. You know what I'm saying? You know, just strictly boxing. We had fun with it. No craziness. Nobody hating each other. No hatred out there. You know what I mean? Strictly love, and you know, we had fun. Even BVO behaved today, bro. That's a great day. It's a great night. But let me be out of here. I'm gonna end it. Appreciate you guys. I'm gonna end it. Shout out to the Usual Suspects 6. They do great context, Supreme Beast Boxing. My man 503 Lion, the good Dr. KG. I'm missing people. Forgive me. But the Usual Suspects 6. We're gonna end the live with their video. All right. So good night, everybody. Take care and be safe.
Peace.
Get an opportunity at the belt for once again. We so blessed to fight him.
We're giving you an opportunity. He got the belt. He got the belt. He got the belt. He did not come. That's what you say. He did not come.
No matter how they try to belittle you, attack your character, create lies and false narratives, understand two things. We dress clean and we fight clean. Salute to the clean fighters.
This community and soldier but free. But it don't look that way to me.
And I started thinking to myself, man, what did he do to make them niggas that mad?
As usual suspects here.